Hey guys, I know a big question that a lot of you have is how am I going to get into my first home? What are the steps I need to take and how can I make this happen? I'm in the process of doing that myself right now, and I'd love to document it so you guys have something to go off of when you're looking to do it yourself. I'm 20 years old, and today we're going to talk about how I am looking and approved now to purchase a property. Let's get into it.
Here we go.
So some of the things that I'd like to talk about before we even go look at some properties, which we're going to do because I haven't actually purchased this home yet, I'm bringing you guys along for the ride with me. So one of the things that I focused on when I turned 18 years old, I got a credit card that I was an authorized user on. So some of you may not be able to do that. So you can't get a credit card that you're an authorized user on because you don't have someone that's willing to do that for you. If you don't, you can still go to the bank and get a direct line of credit and start building credit through a credit card that way. So basically you give the bank a certain amount of money, they hold that money, and they give you a line of credit. And then over time you'll build up your credit, and that's basically your reputation with the credit bureau, and you'll be able to get a credit card all on your own that's in your name. So what I did is I started off as an authorized user on a credit card through Chase Bank, and then I went a year later and I got another credit card that was fully in my name. So now I built credit through both of these credit cards, and I had to get one more credit card because I needed two lines of credit that were both in my name fully for me to qualify. So now I have three credit cards and I keep the debt very low on them. So that way the ratio is good on the amount that I owe to the amount that I can spend. So my limit's below 30%, so that keeps your credit score higher. You also want to have a higher credit score. The higher you can get, the better. I recommend above 620 because then you can qualify for FHA and a lot of these different things that will help you a lot, especially as a first-time home buyer. So that's one of the major things that I had to do and work on to be able to qualify. 2 years later, I'm able to, and my credit score is above 700 from doing these things. So I hope that's valuable for you. Now, the next thing that I'd like to talk about is the fact that you do need 2 years of income, and it needs to be either 2 years of a 1099 or 2 years of a W-2. So you need multiple years, 2 years minimum of income coming from a job or coming from your profession so that they can say that you're able to make your payments on time, that you're able to do it every month. Hey guys, so we're at the first property now that we're going to be checking out. This is a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom out here in Lana Lakes, Florida. And it looks like the mortgage payment would be around $2,700 a month if we were to purchase it FHA, which means I will have to live in it for 2 years before I can rent it out. So I want to make sure that the rental values in this neighborhood and area match up with that $2,700 a month mortgage. And it looks like they do. So this one, if I were to rent it out, that rent should be able to cover the mortgage. It does look like it needs a little bit of work. So we're going to go check it out now. Let's see it. Hey guys, so we just got out of seeing that last one, and that last one was priced around the same price as the one we're going to see right now, but that one needed a lot of work, and we'll get into that when we get back to the office and can talk about it a little more, but that home needed a lot more work than this one does. So this one's a little bit smaller, but it's priced around the same price, and hopefully it doesn't need as much work that needs to go into it before we can live in it and rent it out. So let's check this one out. Hey guys, so we just got done checking out the first two homes that we've seen as possible opportunities for us to purchase. The first one we saw was $320,000, and as you guys saw from the video, it was a nice 4 bedroom, 3 bathroom, a nice layout, but it needs a ton of work. The whole home needs renovations. It needs new carpets, a complete paint job, the kitchen needs to be redone, the vanities in the bathrooms need to be done, the tiles in the shower. A lot of work needs to be done on that home to make it work. So I think on that one, we're probably going to pass, because for us to go in there and renovate the home and do all that work, it might take us a month or two. And in that time, we'll be losing money taking that time to go and fix the home and do all these different things. So we went to check out another one that's a 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom. This one was similar in price range, but it was a lot nicer. This one we looked at, you guys see it in the video, was rental ready, move in ready. We can move into it right away. There was no issues with the property. It was maybe a little outdated, but nothing that needed to be changed and redone completely. So what I'm thinking is we're probably going to look at homes in a little bit of a lower price range, just because in this price range, it's going to be $2,700-$2,800 a month for us to rent out the property. And the 3 bedrooms, that's usually the price range they're around, at least in this area right here, are not renting that high. They're renting more like $2,300 a month, $2,400 a month. So we're probably going to look in another area that's still close, that has homes that are around $250,000, which would be like a $1,700-$1,800 monthly payment with 3% down going FHA. And with that, we can rent it out and cover the mortgage more than likely. And that's probably the way we're going to go, is we're going to start looking at some properties that are in a little bit less of a price range, a little lower. So we'll get into that in the next section of the video when we go to check out some new properties. So now that you know all of this information, I think it's time for you to reach out to one of your local mortgage brokers. If you need someone, a recommendation, feel free to call us. We have great mortgage brokers that could help you and understand where you're at. So these mortgage brokers, depending on where you're at, they may be able to qualify you right away. So you might already be doing these things and you might already be able to qualify. And if you're not, they could give you a more detailed plan with recommendations as to what you need to do to qualify. That's how I got the information I needed to know that I needed multiple credit cards to qualify, so that I could have credit statements and a history there. Okay. So not everybody is going to need to do these things, because you might already be able to qualify. Now, when you're looking for your property, the first time property that you're looking for, it really depends on what you want to do. Me personally, I'm looking to get something for more of a deal. So I want to go into a property that may have been sitting on the market for, who knows, 100 days, 200 days, it could be a year sitting on the market. It might need a little bit of work, painting, new carpets, maybe some kitchen work, some new appliances, stuff like that. I want to go into the property, I want to renovate it, and I want to make sure that when I do decide to rent it out, that it's able to rent for more than my mortgage or nearly at my mortgage. I would love to be able to cash flow on a property and make $100 or $200 a month while I have a tenant pay my mortgage. So if that's something that you would like to do, follow along in this video because we're going to give you a step-by-step and we're going to go look at these properties that I'm interested in buying, and we're going to go through the entire process together. We're documenting all of this. So I hope this is useful and it makes sense for you. If you guys ever need help with any of this in the Tampa area, you can always reach out to me. I work with a lot of first-time home buyers. Over the past year, I've worked with a lot of them, and I love working with first-time home buyers. It's always great to help somebody get into a home, especially when you can get them a deal. I've had multiple deals now that have appraised well over $10,000 from what we offered and what was accepted. I had one property appraised for $27,000 over what we purchased the home for. And that was only a $250,000 home. So there's a huge, huge difference in the appraisal and what we paid. And that's what we love to see. And I hope you guys do as well. Hey guys, so we're here at the next property we're going to check out. And like we said in the last video, we went down a little bit on the price range. This one's listed right around $265,000. If I were to buy it, I'd want to get it at like $250,000. And at that price, the payment is going to look like around $1,950 a month. And I should be able to rent it out at that price depending on how it looks. So let's go check this one out, see how it looks. So we just got out of that house, and I think we're probably going to keep looking for a little while, only because it's a decent price, but it's a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom. So it's missing a bathroom or a half bath that a lot of families are going to feel is a necessity. A lot of people want more than 1 bathroom, especially with a 3-bedroom home. Another downside on this one was it was clean, but it was old school. It needs some work. It needed a little bit of renovations just to make it feel a little bit more modern than it feels right now. So I think we're going to pass on that one and keep looking for something. Hey guys, so we're back in the office now, and after looking at those 3 properties, checking all the numbers, looking at the areas and the amount of money that we're going to have to put into the properties for them to be suitable, they're more than likely not going to work for us. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep looking for new properties, new homes that show up on the market. And when we do find some that may work, we're going to go check them out again in another part of the video. So right now we're going to conclude this video, and we're going to keep the series going until we find the property that we're going to buy as an investment. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and keep an eye out for the part 2 that'll be coming out soon. Team TLC out.